Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. And the guy I kind of forgot, what's his name? Oh, that's right, Nick.
Yeah. It's glad to be back doing this. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, because you were sick.
Oh yeah, I was deathly ill, just deathly ill. Yeah,
Oh, God, that's the worst. And
yeah.
after we had such a good weekend, too.
Yes, yes, yes. And it was also even worse because I had gone home to Tennessee to early vote and I had brought limited underwear with me, so I had to recycle them while I was there for a week and a half. So that was
Oh my
interesting.
God.
That was interesting. So
Oh my
had
God.
to ration the underwear.
Oh shit. Oh God. Yeah, because I checked with Kathy after I talked to you and she didn't get sick. I
Yeah,
didn't get sick
yeah.
after ScareFest, so we
I don't
lucked
know.
out.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I
I don't know what cute goth chick put a curse on me or something. So I don't know what happened.
but I do know I had seen on the Facebook that there were some other people that had gotten sick. But I think whenever you have a big group of people like that, somebody's always gets sick, you know?
Yeah. That's gonna happen. In fact, I was supposed to film the following weekend, and I heard that now my friends who have been like they were in close proximity for like 5 days or whatever shooting, they're all sick now too.
Oh God.
So it's just a time of year when it gets to be October. It's just like it's just that season for
You
flu and
know,
everything, and
I
that's what it
think
is.
it is, especially here because the way that the weather changes, like it's cold and hot and cold and
Yep,
hot and
yeah. Even today in Atlanta, like it's been 80 degrees, and now I think tonight right before this I went to go get groceries, and it was sick. It was like 58 because it didn't rain, and I was like, this is insane. This is terrible. But I think what's gonna happen is next year when we do ScareFest again, which I think we already bought our Airbnbs for,
yeah.
um, I'm going to get my shots like a week like at least a couple weeks beforehand before ScareFest, so I don't run into this problem again of like just getting deathly ill. I think that's my problem. I just keep forgetting to get my shots, so I need to do
Well,
that.
I had to get my flu vaccine because of this new job. So, I mean, I usually don't get the flu or anything like that though. God, it's been knock on wood, it has been forever since I've had been really sick like that. Mm.
Yeah, no, that happened to me last year. Yeah, last year I got incredibly sick like 3 times. Like, actually, last year was the first time I got COVID because I went to New York and roamed around there for a week and I got it there. And then I got the flu, I think I got the flu like right before Christmas. No, sorry. I got the flu right after Christmas, and then right after that I got something again before I went to like my trip with my cousin to like yeah, go to Panama and Jamaica and places like that. So like I was sick 3 times and it really pissed me off. Just tired of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you have your cards?
I do. I those ones you gave me, I forgot them downstairs.
That's fine. As long as I gave them to you, that's all that
You
matters.
did. You did. All right, let's see what we got. Let's do our, oh, we always start with the 50 Shades of Grey so I can get the big boxes off my lap. So that's what we'll do this time.
Got any good ones?
Which friend do you think has the most sexpertise?
Sexpertise. I had what like let's see. I'm going to say I guess I'll just say names at this point. It doesn't matter. I'll say Dion because he's been with his wife for a bit and I'm sure he like knows what he's doing and stuff.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're they're very happy together. I've seen them together.
Good.
They're happy. So I'd say him.
I'm
Because
not
none of
gonna.
my yeah, because none of my friends I know. Well, I know a couple who are whores, but
That's yeah,
yeah, that's different. I don't know
yeah.
if that counts.
Well, I'm not gonna name names, but I do have one friend, and it's probably the only friend that I know that was almost in a threesome. And I say almost because as one guy was going out the back door, another one was coming in the front door. And not not literally either. But she had wondered at the time, she wondered if she could probably get them to do it, but she didn't. But yes, she knows a lot, much more than me. All right, let's check this other one. Name the friend who's likely to try just about anything once. That's the same person. That's kind of
I don't know.
that would,
I wouldn't try anything once. I don't think any of my friends are that adventurous either. Like there's a limit there.
yeah, yeah, I would say that's probably the same person that I just, well, within reason, you know. I would try a lot of things, but I wouldn't say I'd try anything. I'm really kind of boring. I mean, obviously I don't have sex, so how boring can I be? But yeah, I am everybody thinks I'm all kinky and stuff like that, and I'm really not. I am straight up, if
Yeah,
I am
you
into the
told
person,
you told me and Kathy your ideal sexual experience. We were just like, what the hell are you talking about? But we were at ScareFest. You told us, and I was just like, that sounds like that sounds like
boring.
a not really a bore. It's just a very like it's more transactional than anything else, is what it is. It's very transactional, is what it is. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like you were paying for a cup of coffee, is what it sounded like. That's really what it sounded like.
Yeah, I'm kind of boring. All right. Oh, have you ever had sex with someone who didn't speak the same language as you? No.
No, 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 no. But I did. We did challenge one of our friends years ago, to try to use like eight words to pick up this girl to have sex with her.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
didn't. I don't think it worked. I don't think it worked out though. But like, it was before this guy got married. But he was also kind of a piece of shit. I realized recently.
Just
But
recently?
yeah, because like I knew him in school and he was fine. But like when he got to be an adult and he married this girl and had two kids. I didn't know until later on that like he had been cheating on her from the beginning. Or it was just one of those
Oh,
things where
that
like
sucks.
where it was one of those things where like he was having sex with other women and she I guess didn't care as long as he didn't bring anything home. But apparently one time he did bring like some disease home
Oh my God.
and they got divorced and she has the two kids and he's like, living somewhere else. So but I like well, once again, I didn't know he was that much a piece of shit. I really didn't. I
Yeah,
honestly had no idea until I heard the whole story and I was like, wow, that's fucked up.
that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks. This one's a stupid one because we all know the answer. Have you ever shopped in a sex toy store? That's
Yes. Yes. Yes, I have.
maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had sex with someone to further your career?
Listen, if I had that chance, I would take that leap 100%, but it's never presented itself to me like ever.
I
So
mean, I haven't either, but hey, buddy, how much further would it get me? Because ain't no lie, I'd give it a go.
I don't know. My boss is like 75 years old, and if she were like 20 years younger, I'd probably take a chance at it. I'd give it a go. I'd get fired immediately. I know I
Oh,
would.
good.
I'd get fired immediately, but I'd at least like give it the
Oh,
old
shoot.
college try.
How much further is this going to get
Yeah,
me?
exactly. It's like, can you
Oh,
can you up my
God.
paycheck a little bit more?
Oh, God. Well, we haven't put out a podcast since the beginning of October. So I haven't talked about this new job I started at
No, you
all.
haven't. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
So please let us know.
Well, I wasn't there for the first week. I guess they wanted me on site for the first week, but they never told me to come in on site. They never told me to fly in. And I'm wondering if I didn't get the email to fly in because my lab work wasn't done. They made me get titers because I don't have my shot records. So they made me
Okay.
go get lab work to prove that I had, measles, mumps, rubella, all that.
Yeah.
And uh yeah, so I'm working remote while everybody else is on site. So that very first week, I felt very discombobulated because I'm like, well, fuck, what am I missing? Because I wasn't getting any meeting invites. I didn't know who anybody was. It's like they completely forgot I existed. And I was like, well, this kind of sucks, but then again, I'm getting paid.
Oh yeah.
So the next week, and they tell us this on like Friday. So this would have been uh Friday the 4th
Okay.
that, oh, hey, they decided that we don't need to be on site all week. They want us on site 1 day a week.
Oh,
Now
all right.
hold up.
Yeah. Okay.
I live in Indiana. There is no direct flight. It takes me 5 to 6 hours, two airports, and going through security, to fucking get there for 1 day. For one
Oh
day.
my
Plus, you're telling
God.
me on a Friday to go ahead and book my flight for the very next week for Tuesday.
Oh
They want us on
geez.
site on Tuesday. So yeah, that's what I'd been doing. Um, yeah, flying in for 1 day a week.
What the fuck?
1 day. It cost because I leave my house at like 4 o'clock,
Okay.
drive to the airport, go through security, fly to Chicago is where I've been going,
Hmm.
get on the second plane. By the time because we got layovers and shit like that, by the time I get to Long Island, get my car, get my rental car, and set foot in my hotel room, it's like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh God.
Yeah, I've been doing
That's
that once a week.
that's fucking
Yeah.
terrible, man.
And
That's
then Tuesday, I leave work at like 2 or 3, and then I don't set foot in my house till 11 or 12 o'clock at night.
oh God.
So it's taken me 10 to 14 hours travel time a week to be on site 1 day a week.
And it's required by this new job. Like you have to
Yeah,
be
they
there.
want us on site.
That's
And I'm like,
dumb.
okay, but you realize you guys just told us this. My flights, because they're being booked so late, are $700 to $800. But okay. Okay.
Now is that do they pay for that or is it coming out of your pocket?
Oh no, they pay for it. They pay for my flights, my rental car, my hotel, per diem for food, and yeah. Yeah, but it's the point.
Oh
That's
no no no. Yeah, no
exhausting.
no. That yeah. That's the real point because you're like you said you're spending so many hours doing this just
Yeah,
to be
and
on site for a few hours so they can know that you're alive and tell you what to do or whatever and it's yeah, that's
yeah.
idiotic.
I
That's
guess I heard that wasn't supposed to be the initial plan, but a lot of people bitched about it because the work that we can do, why are we going on site? Well, a lot of the trainers that they hired, the credentialed trainers that we were training, they're not from real close where this training center is. Like one of them, they're driving for 3 hours just to get there. So they're driving
jeez.
3 hours to be on site for 1 day. So that's why they did it. We were originally supposed to be there all week, every week for 6 weeks, but text my kid. Then
That's
that
but
was right out of my will.
jeez. But yeah, even though like that's dumb just because like for 1 day a week and like this is never I mean I think you've told me there are some jobs where yeah you've been on site for like a month or two and that's fine, but this like in and out bullshit where you're spending the entire day getting there, you're there for a few hours and you have to get back, like
Mm-hmm.
that is such a waste of time,
Yeah.
especially going through the airports and everying. Oh my
Yeah.
God, like
Because
it's
I don't get
just
paid for travel time either. I
jeez.
mean, granted, I make up the time elsewhere because trust me, they're not going to get like that much time for me. But other than that, it was a great project. Actually, it's a good project. Um, Kind of not sure why they hired me because there's the guy, the actual principal trainer that I'm kind of assisting. He is like ADD and a type A personality, wonderful guy, but he doesn't most of it himself. So I'm just like, okay, that sounds good. He wants these meetings. This is so funny. He wants these meetings on Zoom. He's like, "Hey, can we meet and go over these questions for the assessment?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he'll share his screen, and the entire time he's like, "Well, I think I'm going to change this to yada yada yada. Does that sound good?" Yep, it does. Yep, yeah, okay. I like that. Yep. Yeah, that's all. Until this last week. This last week, I really did like work my ass off because I was actually on site all week. I actually flew into New York on um, Sunday and then flew home Friday night.
Oh,
So
jeez.
yeah, I was there all week and I actually worked until like 7 o'clock most nights because this was the last week was the week that these trainers that we were teaching the hospital system to so that now they can go train, teach the doctors and nurses and stuff. Um, this is when they had to do their panel presentation, which means they get up and present what they've learned. So I was working with some of them. So I actually did really work this past week, but
Okay, yeah, yeah.
up until that point, not really.
Understood. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, like you said, I mean that just that day of being there is just it's such a pain in the ass to like carve out,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because plane travel's not gotten any better, it's gotten worse actually. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a pain. It's just a pain doing it.
Yep. Well, and you got to remember, gosh, I think I filmed like two different movies in October too.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we went to ScareFest. So
We did
it
good.
was
Yeah.
like, I just felt like I was running, running, running. It was exhausting. October was exhausting.
Yep, that's kind of how my Octobers are, where it's just kind of like everybody needs me for everything, and it's just like it's never relaxing. It's never like, hey, I got these two things I want to do, I'm gonna do them.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just it's for some reason like my buddy Richard wanted to shoot a movie, which I couldn't because I was sick, but I was helping him do as much pre-production and other things as I could while I was like laying on my ass trying to breathe. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but it was that was it. But there were a couple other events I wanted to go to, but I couldn't as well because like yeah, I'd
Oh.
gotten sick and everything. So but yeah,
Yeah,
I
because you
mean,
were sick for a long time. I mean, longer than I
no, even no,
should
yeah,
have been.
trust
Yeah.
me, I was surprised too. I think I want to say it was like almost I want to say it was almost 2 weeks I was like completely
Mm-hmm.
sick for,
Yeah,
you
like you
know.
were sick down and out for what, a week, and then trying to get your energy back for probably that next week, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah, it's God, terrible. Yeah, like it's I absolutely hate being sick, and I try not to
Mm-hmm.
be the whiny bitch who's sick because like I'll never go to the doctor even if I'm like bleeding from both ends. I'm just like, oh, I'm fine, just put a band-aid on it, it'll be okay. Oh
That's a
God.
typical male.
Yeah, because like I never want to be the whiny bitch dude who's sick. Like I always get the problem. It's like I never want to be that guy, but I fucking hate it because like I can never do anything. I can never like do work or do anything I need to or whatever either. And it's just like a pain in the ass because like I have so many things to get done and it's just like I have to. sit here and rest for a bit and then like get my energy back to even go do mundane shit, and I fucking hate it. It makes me so mad. Yeah.
Mm. Well, yeah, and now all those things that you missed out on and all the fun, because you love Halloween, right?
Oh God,
Because,
it's my favorite. It's my favorite.
yeah,
Um yeah, luckily I wasn't like, oh God, it was so strange. I had a Halloween party the 26th that I just went to because I still wasn't feeling great, but I was feeling a little bit better.
better. Yeah.
Apparently that was false.
Uh,
Because I did the Halloween party. I drank a little bit there, and I guess that was the kicker that really like screwed me over. But
uh,
I didn't drink a lot to the point of like blacking out, and like I was responsible. I took an Uber back and forth, so like I was responsible. I even left early. I didn't leave I wasn't like the last person to leave like I have been the last couple of times, but like I left
hmm
normal, I left at like I want to say I left at 10:30, 11 or whatever because everybody's kind of like leaving at that point anyways. So I got my Uber and went back. But yeah, I packed up my stuff and went home for that Sunday because I was going to go early vote, which didn't happen because I couldn't like get up and
hmm
do anything. Um And then yeah, I just went to the doctor's that day and got some prescribed some medication, just took it for the next week and then I felt better. But yeah, it was man, yeah. Don't know don't know who spit in my food or who I pissed off or what happened, but yeah, it was just not fun. Not fun at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a long time since I've been sick, so let's keep it that way.
I
Can
don't
you
know.
believe Tony Todd died?
Yeah, that was I mean, I hate to say it, it's not entirely shocking.
I mean, he was older. So.
Well, I mean, like I saw him at the last few conventions. He's been very, very skinny. Like he's been very, very, very skinny at the
Mm,
last few conventions. And like I've seen him. I mean, like, he's been playing it up. He's been getting up and talking to fans, taking pictures, doing whatever. He's a good dude. He'll always do that. But, when I got the news, like I wasn't entirely surprised, but
yeah,
it was still a shock though that like he had gone. Because yeah, the man's an icon. He's done so many interesting roles. Even his most recent one was actually being the voice of Venom in the most current Venom movies. Like that's what he's
really.
yeah.
Um,
If you ever hear the trailer or watch the movie, like that's his voice as Venom.
oh,
Yeah.
God, now I'm gonna really miss him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a damn icon. He's Candyman. He's been
Yep.
in the Final Destination movie, which have affected all of us.
He terrified me in Candyman.
Yeah.
I still can't like the ghetto, Cabrini Green. Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the remake of Night of the Living Dead. Um he was also in The Crow, in the
Oh,
original
I didn't
Crow
know
in the
that.
90s. Yeah. Yeah, he was in The Crow.
Hmm.
Um just his voice in itself is iconic. He's done so many things. I know he did a movie. It was basically just a drama. It was called The Man from Earth, where he plays like this guy who's been living who's the guy's like 5,000 years old and he's like moving away from this school or whatever he's teaching at, and they're all having this little like camp out or whatever, and this guy's telling him the secret, like, oh, I'm 5,000 years old, I have to keep moving around because every 10 years I have to keep moving around because I look the same even though I'm like 5,000 years old. And Tony Todd's one of the teachers, and he asks him these questions about history, and he's like, "No, I've met this guy and this guy and this guy," and he can't believe it, and he's doing a really good job acting, and it's a very dramatic movie, and it's very well done, and like it's Tony Todd has been really good in that, and just yeah, yeah, it was definitely a very heavy loss for the horror community.
Hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's sad. But yeah, ScareFest. ScareFest was a good time. We didn't like party and get drunk every night.
I mean, it was a shit show to start with. Because they just locked everything down. They're like, no tickets, no nothing until 4 o'clock exactly.
That was crazy.
Yeah, because I
Crazy. That line.
I distinctly remember last time, like Kathy told me to go get my tickets, but
Yeah.
like at noon or whatever, because I'd gotten up and I was lazy and I'd just gotten coffee and shit. And they're like, and you were like, yeah, go get your tickets. And I was like, okay, I went in and got my tickets and came back, and then like um, did some work until it was time, and then around 4:30, I went in and flashed my badge and went in. That was it. It was done. This time they didn't do that. They locked everything down until 4. You couldn't even enter the building. And even then, it seemed like the volunteers this time were all scattered because
Hmm.
even when I entered the door, like even the double doors that are there, I asked the guy for the media badge, and he's like, "Oh, you're here to get a media badge?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I went in through the first door into the second one, and the old man is like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I'm here to get a media badge." He's like, "Oh, we don't get them out yet." I was told by the guy in the door right there, 2 feet from you, to go get it. And he's like, "All right, go to that one over there and get it." I'm like, "Jesus Christ, okay, fine."
So right in the beginning, before even people started showing up, they
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
assholes.
here's another thing that really fucked with me. The woman's like, oh, what's the name for the media badge? And I was like, I gave them my name, and they're like, and they only gave me one badge, and I was like, no, it says online I get two. I told her, I was like, I'm the cameraman. I need the other badge for talent, which is you. Um, and she's like, well, don't tell anybody else, but I'll give you another one. I'm like, it says it's online. I'll show you the thing. She was like, well, I'm only supposed to give one out. I'm like, it says online too. It says right there in black and white.
Yep.
And I was just
Hmm.
like, she's like, fine, here, take both. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I don't know why this is an issue. So like
Yeah.
right there, just getting those badges was like pulling teeth.
Yeah. It made no sense if people got their badge. First of all, why couldn't you get your badge early? You're not going inside. You're not, it's not like we're getting onto the floor early. So
No,
why couldn't people just stop by and get their badges? That made no sense. And then, if my understanding is correct, even if you had your badge or you paid online and just needed to grab a badge, they still made you wait in line.
correct.
And
Because that whole line we saw outside while we were at the Lex drinking, was everybody who it was everybody to enter. That's all it was. Whether you had your
that
badge,
was wrong.
I think the only thing you could do is that if you had VIP, you could get ahead of the line. That was it. That was the only
Wrong.
caveat to that.
They fucked up big time. What do you think? 3 hours, 4 hours people waited in that line? There were
It
people
was
that could not see Matthew Lillard um, because if you didn't get in line in time, they were only handing out like passes to go get his autograph and that
yeah,
to so many people, unless you bought a or not a movie, but a
yeah,
photo package.
yeah.
Then you could. You got to see him then.
Yeah, and I even asked the lady when I got my badge, my official badge to enter the thing, like where I could get the Matthew Lillard ticket. She just points to the direction. She's like, "Oh, over there." It's like, "Where over there? What table or whatever it is?" She's like, "Oh, over there." And I was like, I went over there and I didn't find anything because I wanted to I wanted to get a picture with him.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't because I'd have been in line all damn day.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yep.
I didn't do that. So that was fine. Once again, he'll be at another convention. It's fine. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be a big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it. Just the way that they ran it, it was just so fucking disorganized to
Yeah,
make people stand there like that. And then they didn't make it fucking clear because some of those people that were in that line, because they were posting on Facebook, um, they had picture packages or they had paid for a picture and they missed their times
yeah, they did. They
because
did.
they weren't told go to the front and insist on going in. And actually, I think some of them tried and they were told, no, you got to wait in line. But then I think some of them started bitching out, really bitching a fit. And then they started trickling back. Well, if you have a photo time, then go to the front and let them know. They'll get you in. But yeah,
Yeah.
I wonder how many people you know, missed their time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because that's money that they're gonna have to refund, and I know that the photo ops are different, or they're a different company from ScareFest, but like somebody's have to pony up some money. Like this is not,
Yeah. Yeah,
you know.
it was completely wrong. But yeah, we just sat in,
Yeah.
the fucking bar watching them the whole time.
Well, like yeah, like my only mission was to get my entire Fright Night poster signed. That was it.
And you did.
I
Yeah.
did. My longest line was Chris Sarandon, Jerry Dandridge. That was the longest line. And that was like 10 minutes. That was the longest line. That was 10 minutes. Even
Yeah.
Tom Holland, wasn't that bad when I finally got to him. I did spend some serious money getting everybody to sign it, but once again, like, the mom is in her 70s, Tom Holland's 81, like they're not young anymore, so and that's one of my favorite movies, and I'm glad I got it done because that's gonna go that I mean I already put it away in my poster collection. I marked it and everything, so I have it, so it's there. But I'm glad I did that, so that was good.
Yeah. I am too. I am too. And by the time we actually got in there on Friday, it wasn't too bad.
No, I mean, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, we had our fun. We, had our drinks and everything before we went in. We were just watching the line like just go
God,
by.
that was
And
hilarious.
even when I was posting online, even when I was trying to post in Instagram and Twitter, they kept blocking me. It was weird. Like I couldn't tag them in anything. Because every time I'd post the video as a reel, then put at ScareFest, and then as soon as I did, the video would disappear.
Oh God.
So I had to literally like do hashtag ScareFest or just put the name in there and post it and put it everywhere else. Even on Twitter, like
Mm-mm.
as soon as I tried to tag them on Twitter, it immediately disappeared every time. I did it 3 times. It was weird.
Not
And
weird. They probably, yeah,
yeah, yeah, they probably
had it
they
where you couldn't tag them in something or
yeah,
some
they
shit
probably they
like
probably
that.
they probably had some Gen Z kid like delete, 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 like just sitting there on his phone, you know, just doing that work. It's like just make sure nobody knows about this. So yeah, but I mean those, yeah, I mean like, and once again, reading the Facebook group was like the highlight of the whole weekend. Oh my God, just like the level of complaints,
Oh
the
yeah.
the volume of complaints were just like, oh, and all of them were different. It was wonderful.
Yeah, and for them to say, because if you noticed, the person that had been sitting with us was knows the people that runs it and was saying, "Oh, well, it's not their fault. They were told that, they could only have so many people in there." But come on, bullshit. That is not the way that you handle it. Um, yeah, yeah.
Now there was one convention I did in Kentucky as well that had that problem. And they got called by the fire marshals. It was in Louisville, Kentucky. It was called Fright Night Film Fest. And I was a vendor one year, like eons ago, and we used to vend and sell colored contacts and do shit like that. Um, and the show was divided up. It was like horror and action or whatever. And then I was in the side where I was in the hotel side and not in the conventioner side. And there was nobody
Hmm.
there, and it was kind of funny because we were all just kind of sitting there like fucking around and just talking shit and everything. And all of a sudden we hear this fire siren go off. And everybody rushes to our side, and we're like, "What the fuck's going on?" So I asked the first few people. They were like, "Oh, there was a line for this celebrity that was so long and so big because they oversold the tickets that the fire marshal got mad at the event people, and then and then they had to pull the fire alarm because they had to get everybody out of there because nobody wanted to move because they didn't want to get their place in line taken to go meet the said celebrity." And because of that, they all get sent to our side. But yeah, like some of those conventions, like every horror convention's kind of fucking shady, I swear to God.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all like that. But no, Scarefest was fun.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't go crazy. We didn't go, hangover crazy, which
No.
was nice. I mean,
Yeah.
we could have partied a little more, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
yeah, that's true.
Kathy felt well. Though she went back early that one night when you and I went to go do that haunted tour, which really wasn't much of a tour. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, it was more like going through the dusty attic of a science museum is basically what it was.
Yeah, and what? Like a kind of seance? I mean,
The guy used a phone app to do a seance. And he like described what it did beforehand, and he's like, oh, I trust it. This one's good. Da, da, da. I'm like, you're using your iPhone to do a seance. Like, how much more 2024 do you get with that? It's like, I trust this app. It's like, all right, buddy. But there were interesting things that came up when we did it, though. I'll say that.
there were. There were. The only one, because I was trying to think if I had said your name, because I had asked, we had to ask, he was using his phone app, but he also had this speaker in his hand, and you were supposed to ask a simple question. And some people were like, oh, what's your favorite color? My favorite color's blue. What's your favorite,
Yeah.
and I said, what did I say? I feel like somebody is with me. Do you know who that is? And I swear to God, that thing said Nick.
It did, but here's the thing. It said my name before you finished the question, which,
Well, if it was a real ghost, then it should know,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That was kind of the odd thing because like I remember you asking that and like and I kind of know what you were asking, but it's like you got to like the last two words of the question and it said my name and I was like, oh, wonderful. It knows I'm here. Great.
It's gonna follow Nick around now.
That's
Maybe
why.
that's why you got sick.
Maybe that's why I got sick. That's why I got sick.
You
Yeah.
brought something back with you.
That's what happened. Yeah, something attached itself to me. That's what happened.
Yeah. But that
Uh,
was the only interesting thing that I thought happened because it was like,
yeah, and like we went into to the basement, which was just like really dusty. We went to the attic, and there were a lot of liquor bottles in the attic for some reason. I don't know why a
and
lot of
in the
liquor.
basement, all
There were
that
yeah,
those
there was actually actual liquor in the basement. I was like,
old, old
yeah,
liquor,
I was like, this is a
wine.
science museum. Like, what happened here? Like,
Yeah.
who's saving this? What's going on? What kind of parties you guys having? Like, what are you doing?
Uh-huh.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
because this was originally a school, like way
Yeah.
back when. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a school or something. Yeah, it was a school or some museum like that or whatever. And then like, yeah, it was turned into something else. So yeah,
Oh
but
God.
it was just yeah, it was. I mean, that was an interesting experience. But also like trying to find the correct bus to get to the place was also
Yeah.
in itself a challenge
Oh, that was ridiculous.
because there was never any instructions on like where to go or where to
No.
stand or anything like that in the email they'd given us.
No, it said out front of the convention center.
Yeah, that's all
But
it said.
and
Yeah.
we were late because we didn't get picked up. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we didn't get picked up and like because every little bus that had come through was only for the hotels. Um, because they were just gonna. I guess that was the thing. It's like VIP or whoever paid extra, whatever who did whatever, got picked up by those buses for the hotels, and then got taken to the hotels. We were just waiting for ours to come through, which took forever.
Hmm.
But yeah, like you said, we were late, and and well, I mean, I don't,
Not bad.
we weren't even that late. They had barely,
No,
they had
not
jumped,
bad.
they had jumped the gun by like 20 minutes for sure.
Ye-
That was the thing. Like,
Yeah, I think they started early, but they made sure to kind of make it up to us and then that mom and two awkward
yeah,
gangly sons that she had with her.
they were super awkward. Like that was like baby's first convention. Was that what that was?
Wow. I mean, I hate to talk about anybody's children, but these kids had to have been late teens. Maybe the one was even, I dare say, early 1920. I mean, God, they were very awkward, very, very awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. Another thing I was mad at is like there was no schedule for the movies in the movie room.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah,
And that's the
because
second convention I've been at that was like that.
yeah. Because last time we're sitting through the shorts block, we had a good time, we saw some cool shit. We even watched, I think, Phantom Fun World at some point last year.
No,
Like,
that, yeah, yeah, we did.
yeah,
And see, because they had a thing, it was a TV that kind of scrolled and would say what times shit was playing.
yeah, and
And
I
so
mean,
we could plan.
yeah. Well, no, also they had the PDF on the site where you could go through and like look at what was like
Yeah,
what the blocks were and
yeah.
what was playing when. And this time, like this time, whenever you tried to click on the film thing, it kept taking you to the Film Freeway site to submit your film, not for the actual schedule. And I was like, you guys can't PDF a schedule together on Google Sheets, like real quick, like
Mm.
like it doesn't take any time.
Yeah, because that sucks because there were some things that I wouldn't mind seeing. And of
Yeah,
course,
no, because
not
I'm
knowing
yeah,
when shit was playing.
yeah, exactly. Because I mean, we we both have friends who are always in productions, in this area of always in like Kentucky or this the southeast or like just in the eastern seaboard, basically, all making movies and stuff. So like maybe some of them would be in movies we were in. We wanted to go support them if they had anything coming out or whatever, but nothing. There were no notifications about anything. That I think that TV was barely on, showing anything playing, and it just flashed through stuff very quickly. Like there was no direction for that ever, So it was
Yeah.
just yeah, it was just kind of like well, whatever. Because like I have no problem. Once again, I have no problem sitting in the movie room and watching like interesting stuff,
Yeah.
especially if it's a shorts block for like 30 minutes or an hour. That's fine. Like that's
Yeah.
fun. We can go, watch some cool shit somebody's made
Yeah.
or make fun of some dumb shit somebody's made, whatever, you know. But yeah, that was kind of a shit show.
Yeah. We did end up watching a movie, just not for the film festival.
Yeah, we
We actually
did.
went to the
We
movie
did.
theater.
We did. We were so bored Saturday night. We were just like, let's go watch a movie. And we watched what
Well,
we watched Speak No Evil.
I don't think it was so much boring, except you we ate those edibles.
Yeah.
And Kathy said it always puts her to sleep. And I think yeah, we all took naps, is what we
Yeah,
did.
basically we did.
And
We took
when we got up Saturday, then it was like, let's do something low key because I don't feel like partying now.
Yeah. But no, that movie was surprisingly good. It was one I wanted to watch, but not one I wanted to watch immediately.
Yeah.
But James McAvoy, fucking hell, man, that guy's talented as shit.
Isn't
He
he though? He's amazing.
he was terrifying in that movie. Like just watching it, I'm just like he scares the shit out of me.
The way he can change his personality. Actually, my favorite movie with him is Split. I just
Yes.
cannot get past how he could bring each character to life and just immediately change, like when the camera's on him. It just, damn.
Yeah, I remember hearing like some of the stories. Like he actually talked to some psychologists and psychiatrists about schizophrenia and how it works
Hmm.
and what happens with it and everything. So he really went into it. And then he talked with M. Night Shyamalan about the other characters that that he was portraying and what their mannerisms were and what their backgrounds were as well. So like he really did the work to make sure to get it all distinct. But yeah, no, Split, like yeah, to do something like that is just yeah,
Yeah.
that's a feat. And the fact that he didn't get nominated for that year was just, terrible.
Yeah. He really should have. He
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much what we did. And then Sunday, we went back and we finally did some interviews and dropped off some cards to
Yeah.
people.
The interviews are on my phone. I have not, once again, I've been sick. I need to pull them off and put them up on YouTube and anywhere else. I think Twitter as well. We can put them up, but they'll be up for sure. I'll put
Now
one
that I
up.
know that some of them are receptive, I mean, Friday it was just so fucking busy and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
was
yeah. No,
angry
100%.
because they had to wait in line and shit, which was very unfair to them. But yeah, next year we'll we'll have to see who's going to be there and kind of make a plan.
Yeah. But you did great for doing three on the fly
Oh,
like that. You did great.
thank you. I thought I could have done better, but yeah, I had no idea kind of what to do. So But yeah, we got some that were really, really receptive and willing to do it. We
Yeah,
lucked out.
it was wonderful. It was great. You did great asking the questions. It didn't seem like you were nervous at all, like you were very
Okay.
natural doing it.
That's
Um
that's the trainer in me. I went into trainer mode.
It worked. Whatever you did mentally, it worked because as soon as like I could see you kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and like you committed and you did it, and it was great. It was wonderful. The best one was you and Felissa. It was like you were, long lost sisters or something. It was great.
Oh, she is so sweet.
Yeah, no,
So sweet. And then the lady that was next to her jumped in on it.
Tiffany Shepis, yeah,
Yep.
she's fun as well. She's done a lot of like, yeah, she's done a lot of like, um, like late 90s, early 2000s horror, like during that videotape era. She did a lot of like DVD videotape, straight to DVD stuff, back then. So she's,
Nice.
yeah, they've both paid their penance in that regard of like doing low key horror, but they're both very
So
talented.
next year, we're because we'll probably do the bourbon thing again, we should try to interview some of those guys there.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a little more low key.
yeah.
And they would probably be more willing to give us a few minutes.
Yeah, and the sound on the mics came through to the phone perfectly. Like the audio
Nice.
is wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like you were like we are using mics and you are getting good audio from where they're standing. Like it's very good. It's not just like ambient audio of the room, so
Yeah.
it's good.
So where did you get that at? Those little
Oh, they're
microphones.
off Amazon. It was like 35 bucks.
Nice.
They're
Boy, you
they're
lucked out.
they're extremely cheap and they're good for exactly what we did. That's exactly what they're made for. Like that's the only thing they're made for. I mean, you can get nicer ones.
Yeah.
I think Rode makes like the square ones and they're way expensive. You can get a kit for it. I think it's like 170 for the kit and they're very, very nice, but like you're paying for that, obviously. But for what we did for it being quick and easy and just wanting to go in and out, just needing the phone, needing the mics and needing good
Yeah.
audio, like that's all we needed and that's what we got. So yeah,
Cool.
the Rode ones are made for like I think you can plug the receiver into the camera's audio in the mic intake and you use like a nice DSLR camera and stuff like that. It's kind of made for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 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 But no, for what we needed it for, it worked. Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Can't wait to see them.
Yeah, because my cousin like told me about that like, a few months ago and I was like, "Oh, do you remember the link you sent me?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, it's this one." I was like, "All right, cool." So, I got him and they came here early. So, I made sure I had him.
Yeah, that worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I even brought lights if we were going to do anything in one of our Airbnbs, if we were going to do any like questions or anything like that.
Well, and I don't, you never know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never
yeah.
know. You kind of got to read the room. And when we were watching all those people just not able to get in, um, you kind of just had to give people space because,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Sunday was definitely the correct day to do that because everybody kind of calmed down and,
yeah,
it was a little bit easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Sean Whalen was real nice.
Super nice guys. God, I remember him from People Under the Stairs. That was
Yep,
my
I do
first
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first thing I saw him in ever as a kid because I watched it.
I think that was one of his first movie roles.
Was it? Wow, okay.
Yeah, if not his first
That's
movie
interesting.
role.
Yeah, well that's a Wes Craven movie. I think it's written and directed by Wes Craven.
Okay.
Yeah. And that movie's wild. It's so crazy. Um, but I also remember him in Twisters as well. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So, but no, he was super nice. Oh my God, he was so cool to talk to.
Yeah.
He even gave you a signed picture afterwards.
Yep. I know that was the thing. That was part of what was holding me back at first because I'm like, oh, they're here trying to make money. I don't want to take up their time, but it's like if I keep it to 5 minutes, and like with Felissa, we stood in line, a couple people, and we were respectful.
No, no,
I
no.
just,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
No, we were totally respectful. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you never want to just burst into a line of like 20 people and be like, "Oh, we need 10 minutes to set up and do this interview right now." It's like, "No, we can wait. It's okay."
yeah, Yeah, that was the thing. I didn't know how to approach it. Then I'm like, damn, we got to wait in these lines because Dave Sheridan, he was willing to do it, but his line was always so long.
Yeah, yeah. And we almost had Danielle
Yep.
uh yeah. We almost
Scout
had
and
yeah, God,
you know,
I forget her name. Something
Scout Taylor
yeah,
or some.
Scout Telecom. Yeah, Scout Telecom, yeah. Um yeah, and Danielle Harris, that's who it is. Yeah. We almost had them, but they were leaving for a photo op, but I feel like they would have been receptive to do it as well.
I think they would have to. I think
Yeah.
they would have to.
Yeah.
But we were dropping off those cards that you had you had made. I was putting them in the bathrooms and
Yeah,
leaving
no,
them, on
yeah,
the
no.
table.
I'm glad I made them and finally gave them to you.
Yeah.
I've been sitting in my car for a bit. Oh God.
We'll have to get more of stuff like that. Because
Yeah, no, definitely.
I thought it was a good idea, like when we interviewed, that I gave them the card for what they were interviewing for. I was like, okay, maybe they'll remember me.
Yeah, I mean with a card like that, who
At the very least, if they leave the card laying around, somebody will pick it up.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Somebody will scan the QR code and get to our YouTube channel for sure. For sure. Yeah. Yeah. But no, ScareFest was a lot of fun, even though it was kind of a shit show.
yep. Yeah, it was a shit show.
Yeah, I mean it was yeah, just
But that's all right. We made
yeah.
it through and can't wait till next year. So,
Yeah, it's just yeah, because I mean, well, once again, like last year we had it great. It was ran like a well-oiled machine. I don't
hmm
know.
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea why they changed.
I mean, it happened before. I think during like what is it, 6 and 7 or 7 and 8 when I did it years ago. They had I think it was Patty Starr had owned it at that point, and then she started firing people to keep more money to keep more money for herself. And there was a couple I knew, and they were the reason I kept doing the convention because they're the ones who ran the vendor stuff, and they were great at it. They were wonderful.
Yeah. Well, and another thing where they really just fucked up is they use volunteers for nearly everything. And then the volunteers get yelled at because they don't know what's going on. And my God, they're volunteers. Try paying people. Pay people that you give proper training to and put them on the floor. I mean, it's great you got the volunteers, still bring some of the volunteers in, but you can't run the whole thing with volunteers. And it
Yeah,
seemed like everybody was a fucking volunteer.
agreed. But like I feel like that's every convention because I think the way the volunteer thing works is that you work 2 days and you get one ticket free for like the last day or whatever.
Mm.
That's usually how it goes. It's usually how what the like agreement is, you know. But yeah, I don't know if they didn't have walkie-talkies or communication properly or what the deal was with anything because like I said, like it changed from 2 feet from like one door to the other one as I was trying to get the media pass. So,
Hmm.
you know, that that didn't happen last year. They were very well organized and they're very knowledgeable. If I asked a question, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's down this way, down this, go here, it's down this hallway, or this thing's happening at this time, whatever." And even then, I think they did it this year as well, but like they were very loudly and clearly announcing
Yeah.
all the photo ops and everything else last year. I don't know. I think they did it this year as well, but it didn't seem like I was hearing it. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, get this. You know how my kids have moved out?
Yeah.
Oh, the one is in the process of moving out. Of course, most their shit is still here. But I'm thinking, they're gonna be out, they're gonna be gone, and they're gonna do their own little things for the holidays and my older son's fucking girlfriend texted me and was like, "Oh, wanted to see if it was okay if we spent Christmas with you. Zachary says you don't usually do much, but it would be great if we could spend time with you." And I'm thinking, bitch, I thought I wouldn't have to cook this year. Like, I don't even own a kitchen table right now. And I'm thinking, I got all these cats, so whatever I cook is going to have cat hair in it. She has family. Don't she want to go visit her family in Michigan and take him with her? God, I was
Oh
so
my
looking
God, that
forward to
is.
just laying on the couch all day and watching Hallmark movies.
Oh geez, yeah, that season started. I'm not mad about that. I'm really not mad about that because
I'm not either.
there's some gems in there that are really just terrible at some points. Like, oh God, it's just
Well, do you remember like God, what's her name? Lacey Schubert or God, was she in Seventh Heaven? I think that
maybe, yeah.
yeah, she's in a bunch of Hallmark movies. And they're on Netflix right now, actually. They have a shit ton of them with her in it.
She's I know usually Hulu's the place for those Hallmark movies because they have a whole like channel dedicated to it. Let's see, Beverly Mitchell, yeah, Catherine Hicks, Mackenzie Rosin. Seventh Heaven. Jeez.
Hmm.
There's a few there. There's a few there.
You know, the dad in Seventh Heaven, um, you know why he dropped out of acting? He doesn't act anymore.
Why?
So, during divorce proceedings with his wife of many years, she brought up a tape that she secretly recorded during their marriage counseling, where he had admitted to molesting a young girl when he was like in his 20s.
Oh dear
And
God.
it came out there were several young women, and he admitted it. And he where he fucked up was he tried to apologize. Well, I did some things in my youth that I shouldn't have, and I apologize to those women that I have wronged. Fucker, you should have kept your mouth shut. Should have kept your mouth shut.
Well,
Yep,
and here
Stephen Collins.
and here's the thing. Like, if it's okay, I'll say this, and this is probably a really shitty thing to say, but this is just my opinion. If it happens in your like early 20s and it happens only once, I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass. Like once and you're like fucking never again, cool. I'll give you a pass. But if it keeps happening, it's a fucking problem and a disease and you need to get checked. You need to go get some counseling, some medication, maybe go sit in jail for the rest of your life or something.
Yeah, I'm reading there was actually three of them that he admitted to in a a People magazine interview.
Jeez.
One in 1973, 1982, and 1994.
Jeez,
And it was
man.
in 2014 um, that the police started investigating him because in 2012, his wife, that secret tape got released. She says she doesn't release it. She didn't release it, but they were in the midst of a divorce and it was either her or the therapist, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I mean that probably was a therapist just because of like, you know, it being criminal activity. And he thought he was
Yeah.
probably safe because of like statute of limitations or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like so much time has passed, but
Well, and it doesn't matter if so much time has passed. Look at God, I can't even think of his fucking name.
not Cosby.
Oh no, not him. Um um God, I can picture his fucking face. He was on top of the world. And then those allegations came out about that 14-year-old that he was in a show or theater with, and he was at a party with them, and he like pushed him down on the bed, got on top of him, and that was it. Nothing else
Oh,
happened.
Kevin Spacey?
Yes, him.
Yeah.
And he came out, and where he fucked up again, tried to publicly apologize, and then came out as gay. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up. Where are these people's lawyers at? But yeah, yeah, that dad from Seventh Heaven did a People magazine interview and yeah, admitted to it. And the minors were under 14.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So we're not talking about, oh, he was 20 and messing around with a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, which would still, is fucked up.
Yeah, it's
But
still fucked up. Still fucked up, yeah.
no, no, these were children. Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrific. And yeah. I know, what is it? I remember hearing recently that some actors wanted to bring Kevin Spacey back into Hollywood, and I'm just like, why? That's wrong, you know. But those people have no concept of like reality or what the hell goes on or anything. They just
It's
think,
just so common, it seems. Now that all this shit is coming out, um,
yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy I never like worked in Hollywood or wanted or like got that far. I'm very happy that I've like in independent film. It's just it's easier. It's more fun. It's way rougher to get anything done, but I'll take it as opposed to,
yeah.
working with these weirdos.
Well, and it makes you wonder about the things we don't hear about, you
Oh,
know,
100%, 100%. Yeah.
because I'm quite sure some of those um, actors, whether they be male or female, have probably been brutalized many times and just kept their mouth shut because it was going to destroy their career.
Yeah, I mean, look at Harvey Weinstein. That's basically what he did with a lot of women, they
He's so, oh,
yeah. Yeah, I mean that was kind of
and
his
he was
prom
married to a beautiful woman.
well, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's what he had.
Yep.
Him and his
It
brother had
wasn't,
had a
yeah.
production company, and they were on top of the world. They were doing stuff, and he's just like, well, I can get women to do what I want, whatever I want to for whatever movie I want, and
Now, his brother was never accused of anything, right?
as far as I know, he
But he
wasn't.
had to know his fucking brother was doing shit.
Yeah, I'm sure he knew. I'm sure he knew. I mean, yeah, I'm sure he knew. I mean, even what was it? I know. Here's another fucked up thing. His assistant, even though he had a female assistant for the last year that he was like, working, and
Hmm.
she got a job at Disney making Star Wars movies.
Damn.
I wish her name is Headland, something Headland, and she was headlining a show recently that was on
Mm.
Disney, like with a Star Wars one. And I think she's a lesbian, and that's kind of it's like, oh, because she's a lesbian, they let her in, and it's fine, even though she was Harvey Weinstein's assistant for like 18 months or whatever, or a year or whatever it is. No, it's fine. She can still work here. It's okay. She's fine.
Yeah, and certainly knew what was going on and
She's the assistant. She's the one probably like who
booking
knows
everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
who books everything and who like knows where all the skeletons are buried and
Yeah.
shit. Like she knows where they are.
Yeah.
But because she's a lesbian,
Mm.
she gets a pass.
Well, it's not just because of that. That convicted pedophile did why can I not think of any of these movies? Um Jeepers Creepers, is it three or two that was directed by a convicted pedophile?
It was the first one.
Was it the first
It
one?
was the first one, yeah. It was the first
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's real messed up. Well, even what was it? I know the one of the Predator movies, I think one of the stuntmen, one of the guys in the suit was a convicted child molester as well. And yeah. It only came to light after the movie was done and they were like promoting it.
Oh,
Nobody said anything beforehand while they were shooting or when they're casting it, but they did it afterwards when like they're promoting it. I'm like, that's weird. Why not do this beforehand? Why not take this up with somebody else, like a casting director or a producer or something? Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's a weird, weird place. It's a weird, weird place.
It is. It is. Although, I mean, I hope things do change because
Hollywood's dying. It's straight up dying.
the Hollywood of yesteryear. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is because I think there's some guy I follow on Instagram who's a producer out there, and he's kind of like going through the news and stuff what's happening every couple of days, And you hear about these studios that got built in like Nevada and Colorado and this and the other, and like they were like $505 million facilities and this and the other, or stages or anything. That was all pre-COVID money. That
Mm,
was all pre-COVID money. And now that these studios are built, they have to pay the rents on the mortgages on them, and they're not making any money on them because nobody's really watching anything, and because of streaming, they've screwed themselves. And nobody's going to the theaters either, so like they're not making they're not making any money, even though and they're trying to shoot in like Atlanta, North Carolina, and New Zealand, wherever they can get a tax break, so they can make as much money as possible. That's also why they're kind of like going into AI, because it's more people they don't have to pay and more money they can
yeah,
make and keep. But they've milked the system too much, I think, and
yeah,
it's biting them in the back, it's biting them in the ass now.
yeah. Seems like it.
Yeah. Because even streaming is a losing model, like because Netflix has never turned a profit.
Well, and now they've started doing like that location thing like Hulu did,
Yeah.
where if you, because when my son moved to Dunkirk, he logged into Netflix and was going to watch, and it was like, oh, we noticed your location has changed, and he had to get his own account.
Yep.
Like he can piggyback off mine, so it's cheaper, and he doesn't lose all of his stuff he's watched or history or things he wants to watch. But yeah, yeah, they knew it was him, so they're trying to, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but
Yeah. Well, because Netflix did that, and they saw a spike in subscribers. Well, obviously because everybody had to like get their own account.
yeah, yeah,
So now all of them are doing it. I know. I think Max is going to do it next, is what I'm hearing. They're the ones who are doing it next.
probably.
But also, Netflix spends $20 billion a year to make content.
Well, here's the thing. Some of the shit that they make content, it's stupid.
Yeah.
They spend so much money on shows and movies that are fucking ridiculous, and nobody watches them instead of investing on the shows that make them money. Like some of the series that they discontinued after one or two seasons that were amazing.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree.
Manhunter, that was a wonderful series.
Yeah. Yeah, there was also one there was also like a music one called The Get Down that was really fun. Had a wonderful soundtrack. It was like I think 8 to 10 shows for the first season. It was great. It was about the whole rap thing, I think, in New York, and how like the DJ thing started with like the records and how they would spin them and make loops and things like that with just two records and just being on stage, and like it was a whole thing they were doing. It was great. But no season two. There was
Yep.
even one with I think not yeah, Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. It was called Friends from College. It's basically this group of people who have have grown up in New York and who are
Oh,
friends from
I liked
college.
that one.
Yeah,
Friends from college, loved it.
oh my God, hilarious, great show. 2 seasons and then like, oh, no third. I'm like, what?
And really no closure.
Yeah, no
There was no
closure.
closure on it.
No
Yeah.
closure. It was a hilarious, great show.
Yep.
Nothing. Just nothing. It's like,
Yep.
man, this is the shit that happens.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
no,
yet
that's
shows that the ranch, I'm sorry, but after they got rid of the guy that played Hyde, whatever his name was, um, that just went downhill.
yeah,
When they, yeah, it wasn't worth watching anymore.
yeah. It was that show had its own all kinds of controversy. It was wild. But yeah, no, they've had really good stuff, and then yeah, I know. Here's the funny thing. I know they announced the episode names for Stranger Things the last season. Stranger Things is still shooting down here in Georgia, like down the road from me.
No shit.
No shit. No shit. They are $100 million over budget. I heard from a producer friend of mine who had to help them one day down their
Well,
shoot.
does anybody even still watch it?
I don't think so. They're just like, well, because like because it was one of those shows that hit really hard, and then like because of the pandemic, and then because of the strikes, they had to cut filming twice.
Mm.
You know, and they're just now finishing it up. And I think the brothers are like scrambling for an ending. And they don't
Yeah.
want to, and they don't want to be Game of Thrones, so they're trying to like get a proper ending going.
Yeah.
So they're just scrambling for like closure and like some sort of ending or one or something like that. But yeah, I haven't read. I don't know if this is correct or not, but I think like the original idea was like, oh, like the season 5 is going to start exactly where season 4 ended, and it's like they can't do that now. They're like, oh, it's going to take a year. It's going to be the year after that. I'm like, okay, you
Well, and
guys are really
plus, those kids, those boys aren't going to look
no,
anything like they.
no, they can legally drink now. I swear to God, I think they're that old. And I think they had to use AI to like de-age them as well a little bit to make them look like slightly younger. And I'm just like, you're spending all of this money, and it's hilarious. It is so funny. Oh my God, it is incredibly funny.
Oh God.
But and well, and I think the reason Netflix doesn't do that for certain shows, and I think I know why, because like they don't want to keep paying the talent more and more every season. That's what it is. Because if a show hits and like 2 or 3 seasons are great, then they have to pay the talent more after a certain like amount of time. And they don't want to do that because it's more money out of their pocket.
Yeah.
But it's like you have a hit show that you can be on your that can be on your platform for forever,
Exactly. Yeah. I get that.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Hulu has some good shows that they put out too.
they
Once in a
do.
while, they have some really amazing shows.
They do. I think beforehand we talked about what is it? Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Back to that. You know that Steve Martin, Martin Short, and they've been friends for, my God, ages. They were in the Three Amigos
Yes,
together.
yes, yes. But also like Selena Gomez is great in that because she's
Yeah.
trying to help them like with their phones, which is fucking hilarious. But both those guys are like incredibly talented and hilarious,
Love it.
and they're just funny as hell. And I fucking love Martin Short. God damn, I love Martin
I
Short.
do too.
Oh my God. Even when he's done his Jiminy Glick get up, he's fucking hilarious. Yeah. But no, I absolutely love that show. That show, yeah, like I've watched that towards the end of me kind of being sick, and I watched all 4 seasons,
Yep.
and I'm hooked, man. I love that show. It is so much
Oh
fun.
yeah. It just and I like how it's an anthology basically because they end it or each well, not an anthology, but each season you do come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just love those guys. I've always loved Steve Martin. He was in that one stupid movie, and I know it's a stupid movie, but I love it. Roxanne.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yeah.
just the other day I got like oh, I want to see it. I want to see it. And I finally found it. I don't know. I probably got some virus on my computer now because I found some website that was playing it.
Pro probably.
Oh God.
But no, I remember him. I was as a kid I watched Sergeant Bilko with him in it, the movie, and I was just like he was fucking hilarious in that when I watched him as a kid. There's the Out of Towners. I remember that.
Yep.
What the hell is it? The Man with Two Brains was hilarious.
Yep.
Father of the Bride was great. Oh no, sorry. The best, one of the best ones. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yes. Yes. With John Candy.
John Candy.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep. The quintessential Thanksgiving movie.
Yep. Oh yeah. And I'm sorry. Three Amigos was still one of my favorites. So
Oh God, I need to rewatch it now because I have not seen it in forever. I need to rewatch it. Yeah, it's been forever.
yeah,
Um,
Steve Martin had a kid with his girlfriend not a few years back. Um,
I love that these old guys are having trysts with their girlfriends. I love it so much because
yeah, he did.
Al
Yeah.
Pacino did the same thing.
Uh, 2012,
Oh my
he had
God,
a baby with his girlfriend.
that is wild. The man, according to this, is 80 years old. Well, almost 80. He's 79, but we'll say 80.
Yeah, yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
But is that his only kid?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's got a couple.
I thought he did, but
Not as many as Nick Cannon though, but I'm sure he's got a couple.
ugh. It's just dumb. Oh God.
Apparently Martin Short is younger than him by like by like 5 years. Oh jeez.
Oh God. He only has one child.
Steve Martin? Seriously?
Steve Martin has one child. That
That is
girl that was
what.
born in 2012. He was 66 when his only first and only child was born.
That is wild. Damn, man,
Wow.
that's crazy.
Damn, that is nuts. Yeah, Martin Short has three.
Yep. I know. Yeah, and I remember his wife died a few years ago.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was bad. Yeah. But yeah, no that
Only murders in the building.
yeah,
That's a good one.
that show. Oh my God, it's been yeah. It's a Hulu original and yeah, highly recommend. I know I've as soon as I got done with season 4, I was like, when's 5 coming out? They're like next year. I'm like, I can't wait. Bring it out.
Yeah, they're already planning it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how Selena got in with these two guys. I know why they're together because they're friends. I know
Yeah,
they
yeah.
hang out and they talk outside of because they've done interviews in that. They are friends outside of movies. But how did Selena like become part of this?
I know. That's such an odd that's an extremely odd pairing. It is such an odd pairing. But
Yeah.
I think they needed like some young cute girl who wasn't really busy at the time to like be their intermediary. And so they got her, you know. Which I mean, it's
It
fine.
works perfectly.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. It works great. She's wonderful in the show as well.
And I
Yeah.
love how now this show is caught on so big that a lot of celebrities are getting like cameos in it.
Yeah, that fourth season had a lot of cameos, man.
Yep.
It was interesting. Yeah, they had so many.
I know
Um,
I'm always looking for people because you never know. It could be somebody that you only see once.
yes, yes. Yeah, like they had Eugene Levy, they had Zach Galifianakis,
Yeah.
they had the woman from Desperate Housewives, I forget her name. Oh, Eva Longoria, Eva
Yep. Yep.
Longoria,
Yep.
yeah. Who was like the idea was Eva Longoria was Selena Gomez's like counterpart in the movie version of Only Murders in the Building, which I was just she's like, "Oh, we're only a few years apart." I'm like, "Oh my God, really?"
Only like a few 20 years.
Yeah, it's like Eva Longoria
Oh.
could be her mother.
Yeah. No shit.
Oh man.
Oh, God. Actually, Selena Gomez, this is sad. Her younger sister, if I'm not mistaken, her baby passed away shortly after birth.
Oh geez, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Selena had some like liver or kidney problem as well.
She not only has lupus, but she had a kidney transplant.
That's what it is.
She
Yeah,
only has
yeah.
one. Yeah. And she got the kidney transplant from one of her closest friends, and they had a falling out. See, I know all this gossip shit. And they had a falling out because rumor has it, after she got the kidney, um, Selena was very young. This was years ago. And I think the friend felt Selena, if Selena was drinking or doing anything, that the friend was like, "Hey, you got my kidney,"
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing that. They kind of had a falling out, but I know in the past year or two, I think they've made up.
Well, that's
But
good. That's good.
well, Selena's older now. She's more mature, but um, yeah, yeah. kidney transplant and lupus, because she gets a lot of flack. I was reading an article. She gets a lot of flack about her weight, and her weight fluctuates quite frequently. Well,
Yeah.
her prednisone that she probably takes for lupus, it will make you swell big time. So, you know,
Yeah, I did not know that, but no, I mean, I did notice that in the show from like season one to see like throughout the seasons, and I was just like, eh, she's doing a good job acting. It doesn't, I don't
yeah,
I don't really care
it's
about anything else.
yep, it's because of her lupus because that happens to my sister.
Okay,
Um, it's just the medication fucks with your body. Yep.
that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, and yeah, and I especially in the age now of like Ozempic, I'm sure everyone's like, oh, just take Ozempic, you'll be fine. I'm sure she can't because of her
The
medication or
kidney.
whatever. Yeah, the
Yep.
kidney and stuff. Yeah,
Only
that would
having
really,
one kidney.
yeah,
Yep.
that'd really mess with her terribly.
Yep. And like what my sister has to watch with the lupus, because basically what it wants to do is attack uh anything that it thinks might be harmful to the body. I'm sure the meds that they had Selena on, especially in the beginning, so she wouldn't reject that kidney, probably really fucked her lupus. It was probably fighting her like crazy. So my sister ran into that when she, with her heart surgery that she just had.
Oh wow,
Yeah, yeah, they got to give you all kinds of meds to kind of keep that lupus under control.
that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, I mean yeah, I'm not a big fan of Selena, but she's good at what she does. She's been good in Only Murders in the Building, so that's been
And
that's been great.
she's known as a singer. I don't think I've ever heard her sing.
Yeah, she did the music thing for there for a bit, I guess, and then she got into like acting, and that's just kind of been it now. Like that's it, done.
Yeah, I mean, I truly I know that's what she's known as originally was a singer, but I'm like, I mean, I'm sure as I was flipping through the radio, I might have heard something she was in, but I never realized it or anything. So
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'm sure it was some pop song that she had done that we have all heard
probably,
before that we just
yeah,
like if it came on we'd know it, but we didn't know it was her. That's what it is.
yeah. Oh, she was in Barney and Friends.
In Barney and
She
Friends?
started as a child actress in Barney and Friends. Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm looking at her stuff right now. Apparently she did a movie that went to Cannes called Amelia Perez.
Huh.
A Mexican lawyer is offered an unusual job to help a notorious cartel boss retire and to transition into living as a woman, fulfilling a long-held desire.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
That could be fun, but it looks like it's a Netflix production. Yeah, should be.
Apple TV or Apple TV Plus has raised their fees again.
Yeah, I just heard
They're
they
going to
went.
raise it so much, I'm going to have to drop it.
Yeah, that's yeah. Everybody's doing that, and it's really unfortunate. It's really terrible because they're gonna have to either bundle their stuff together,
Yep.
or people are gonna have to choose like which ones they want. But I mean, the bundling's already happening with Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Yes. And then there's also Paramount and Showtime are together.
Yep, they are.
And not only Max, which one is it? Max and HBO too.
Yeah,
So yeah, because when I changed my plan, because the plan that I had with Hulu, it had Disney and it had like ESPN, which we never fucking watch. And then I noticed I could switch it for like the same price for Max. Well, Max also includes HBO.
yep, yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, Max is way better. I like Max quite a bit, but I mean, I do like. It's funny because I've probably gotten more use out of Tubi than anything else.
Oh, I know. No shit. Or Peacock.
Or Peacock, yeah,
I
Peacock's another
love
one.
Peacock. Yeah.
Yeah, Peacock's another one. I think on Peacock, what was it? I got curious and watched a couple episodes of The Love Boat on Peacock.
I was checking out the Love Boat the other day because um actors that are like big names now started on shows like the Love Boat.
Yeah,
And I noticed it on one of the previews. I was like, wait a second.
yeah. No, it was no, I watched the first episode and I was just like, this is not bad for like an hour-long show. I watched second episode, John Ritter was like, like dressed as a woman to get on the boat, and I was like, fucking hell. Like dude, old TV is so fucking good. I
Yep,
love it so much. It was
yep,
so much fun and so funny. Oh man. It's great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It really was. I love it.
Oh no, man. Oh, I remember during the pandemic I watched all of Taxi and I was like, this is a great fucking show. Taxi's so good.
That
It
was a
was
good show.
yeah, it was so
We've
funny.
had really good shows. Yeah.
And they lasted a while too. I looked at Love Boat, I think it's 9 seasons. I'm like, that is a long show.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, they had the staying power, man. They had it.
Which one was it? Was it Hotel that I always watched? There was another series that was really good. It was based in a hotel and it had yeah, the guy that's married to Barbara Streisand now. Um, Barbara Streisand's husband. Let's see. Because I really enjoyed that show too. Okay. Barbara Streisand is married to James Brolin. And he did, yeah, the hotel. Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
the
it,
hotel
it, it was called
83 to 88.
Hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
83 to
yeah,
88.
yeah. I loved that show. That was another
The
really
first
good
thing I
one.
see is Johnny Depp on Google here, and it's let's see, season 4, episode 15, unfinished business.
Yep,
Jeez. Yeah, back when those actors like were doing multiple TV shows just to kind of like, keep their dream alive and, get some work and get lines and get things for
yep,
their reel and stuff. Yeah.
yep. Yeah, I love seeing the actors and old ones, or like if you go back and watch some of the first episode of like SVU, Special Victims Unit, and then you see some of the actors that were bit players in that,
Oh
big
yeah.
stars
Oh my
now.
God, yeah. By the way, unfortunately, Hotel is nowhere to be found on anything to stream.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, they had, because I'm looking at their Wikipedia page, they had so many people
Yeah.
that are well known now.
Yeah, if you want, you're gonna have to buy the box set and put in DVDs like back in the old times.
Mm,
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see. We do have the Internet Archives. Let's see if I can find it on there.
possibly, or maybe somebody put them all on YouTube or something.
Do you ever look at the Internet Archive?
Every now and again I do.
Yeah.
They got
Archive.org.
yeah, they got hacked recently in this last month.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they got hacked recently and it was
That's
pretty
sad. Don't fuck with this.
yeah, I know.
You're
It's
trying to do a good thing.
it's the only thing we got to,
I
to show how
know.
things were. Yeah.
I know. Shit, when we all get shut down for something, this will be what's left.
Yeah, when the nukes explode and erase all the hard drives, then we'll only have the Internet Archive to
Yep,
look back on. Yeah,
exactly. Or when AI takes over and we get the robots that are, yeah,
yeah, that's true. God, you're not kidding.
because
That's
we will. That's coming. That's the future.
yeah, that's getting powerful like every day now. Every day more and more.
Oh, I can't remember my password for their website. That's okay. I don't have to log in to watch.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not the greatest website. You can tell it's a free website because it's very, very,
Yeah, it's very low key.
yeah, very low key.
But
Oh
yeah,
God,
no,
I'll never find it on here.
but no, that's yeah, that's unfortunate that you can't find old shows. There was one show, what is it, in Living Color, I had to like buy off eBay because it's not anywhere,
Hmm.
nowhere
Yeah,
at all. And I remember growing up with that show, and that show was hilarious. It
yeah.
was extremely offensive, and it was so much fun. It was incredible.
Yep.
It started Jim Carrey's career because nobody else would hire him except for the Wayans family. And that's the that's how he became Jim Carrey.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yep.
Have you ever watched some of these videos where they got like um the what is it, ALS sign language, and they're trying to sign some of like the rap songs or
Yes. Yes.
this
Wait,
lady's
hold
doing
on.
Baby
There.
Got Back.
Oh, it's funny. There's a show. If you have Netflix, it's called Tacoma FD. There's wonderful scene. I think it's like season. It has to be season one. But what has happened is like the mayor is talking to the news about like there being this arsonist like burning down adult stores. And the mayor is going through like the things that were burned or what the stores are. And she's going into detail of, like what a butt plug is or what like a ball gag is, whatever. And the woman doing the ASL is doing all the like animations of what these things are. And it's the funniest fucking thing in the world because like they're like they're like the mayor's taking it seriously and these firemen are fucking with her and just asking her, it's like, hey, what is this used for? Like what is this thing for? She's like, oh, it's a masturbatory aid, and like the woman's trying to do all the motions and shit, and I'm just like, God damn it, guys.
Oh, let me mute this. I was gonna look it up. Well, where's my mute button? You said that was on Netflix?
Yeah, yeah, it's on Netflix. It's Tacoma
Oh, there we
FD.
go.
Yeah.
Now I muted it. Tacoma FD. I'm gonna put it on my watch list. I'm always looking for funny shit. I'm like, there is not enough funny shows.
Yeah, no, that one
Okay.
is like, yeah, it's beyond hilarious because like it's done by the Broken Lizard guys.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's the
I
ones that
see
did
that.
it. Yeah. Unfortunately, like that one got traded a lot. They went from True TV to Max to Netflix, and for some reason when they got to Netflix didn't want to pay for another fucking season, so they got 4 seasons and that was it. And I'm just like, man, you got like
That sucks.
and it was like it's because it was one of those shows I was waiting for it to come on and like new episodes to come on all the time because like it was hilarious. Like it's just so good, but Netflix go figure. They didn't want to they and even if they'd given them the same budget as before, they wouldn't have broken Netflix's bank at all. Because they were still shooting it on like a shoestring budget. They were doing fine.
Hmm.
So. But yeah, just because it hopped a couple of networks during like the strikes and all that other bullshit, like yeah, it just yeah, they just got screwed. But I mean, they got 4 good seasons and like 50 episodes, so like it's a good rewatch for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Yeah, because I always love, especially if it's because I miss the sitcoms, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because sometimes I don't want to sit there and watch a whole 2 hour show or watch a 45-minute show. I only got a short period of time. I like
Yeah,
choices.
yeah, yeah. No, I do miss that sitcom format. I wish they would do it for more funny shit as opposed to procedurals because like
Yeah,
I understand there's a market for it, but like give me the funny 28-minute show. I'll be real happy with that. Just do
yeah.
that. Like if we like our favorite show is Psych. If we could have something like that again, I'd be very
Oh,
happy.
I
Very, very
don't
happy.
think there will ever be another Psych, but then again, I loved Monk too.
Yeah.
Not as much as Psych, but you know, um USA put out some amazing shows back in the day,
Oh my God.
and
Yeah,
I
because yeah.
don't know why they stopped. I don't know who got hired and changed shit.
I think it was whoever like because it was USA Sci-Fi like were the same company at the time. I was like I forget like because I think whoever changed Sci-Fi also changed USA because I
Mm,
remember it was like you had Psych, you had Monk, you had Wrestling, you had Burn
white
Notice,
collar.
White Collar, you had Suits, like you were getting into like the peak era of like USA
They
TV.
were all good. Yeah.
Wonderful shows. Oh no, you even had the one with the fucking Doctor the Hamptons, which was a good show as well. I forget that.
Oh, oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that one. That like yeah, you were it was like peak USA. Like you had like all day programming. Like throughout the
Yep,
week you were set.
yep.
Even Sci-Fi was the same thing. You had on Sci-Fi they had two hit shows. They had Eureka and they had Warehouse 13 and they were like you had diehard fans for
And I
that.
watched both of them. Yep.
Yeah, you had diehard fans for that. Not to mention the Stargate shows that were still going on, and like it was just, people were, and even then they had their Saturday night crazy ass movies like Lava Ranchula or whatever the hell it was they'd have
Mm,
on Saturday night, which was like
yes.
ridiculous, which was ridiculous, but you watched anyways because
Yeah,
it was fun,
I loved it. Yep.
But then I think they changed CEOs or whatever, and then like budget cuts and bullshit like that, and they just cut everything because both those shows, Eureka and Warehouse 13, like they kept numbers. The numbers were up all the time. And they ended on like shitty like 6 episode season last seasons. And it was terrible. It was just like
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean that's your fan base. Like you're just gonna kill it off. It was such a shitty move.
Yeah, it was. It was because those were my two favorite channels, USA and Sci-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure somebody got greedy and then like
Yeah.
they just wanted to cut some
We can
shows.
do this cheaper
Yeah, we can
is
do this
probably what
cheaper.
happened. Yeah.
Do this cheaper as opposed to like having a ridiculous fan base viewing your shows like almost every weekday in the millions, if not the tens of millions.
Yep.
And you're talking like advertiser money and shit like that. Like dumb.
Peacock has some good old shows on there. Ray Bradbury Theater. I haven't seen that in forever.
I might check that out. Yeah, because I'm trying to because like I'm very hesitant on newer shows. Very hesitant.
Oh
But I'll watch
no.
I'll watch some old TV though. I'm down for some old TV.
Yeah, they have Hitchcock and Ray Bradbury.
Oh shit. I'm
I
down for some
always used to
Hitchcock.
get up and watch that one in the middle of the night.
I'm down for some Hitchcock. I need to check out some Ray Bradbury though. I'm down for that. So I'll check those out. But yeah, no, like I'll probably continue watching The Love Boat throughout until it's done because that's a very I don't know that show just hits right. I don't know what it is.
Comforting.
It's
It's
very comforting. It's
comforting.
very comforting. Like you got the nice introduction of the song, got the quirky doctor and the people who help the captain. Like it's exactly what you need. Like
Yep.
we almost need to bring that. Just need something like that. That's all we need.
Yep.
Some simple 28-minute show. That's all we need.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, that's all.
All this competition with each other and they just keep churning out garbage.
And here's the thing, like it's no longer called TV shows or movie, it's called content, and I think that's the problem. Like
Yeah.
there's no soul in it. It's all like
Yeah.
heartless garbage that they just
Yeah.
keep, throwing against the wall. So that's really what it is.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. I mean
Yeah,
look,
it looks like Peacock put some good ones on there now. So there you go.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out some old TV for sure. I'm down for that.
Oh, Perry Mason. I used to always watch that one too.
Oh, I've heard good things about that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna check it out and get in some old TV again, like I did during the pandemic.
Oh.
Watching some like Dick Van Dyke or Munsters or something like that.
Oh God, what was that Dick Van Dyke show? And he did it with his son, right?
Oh yeah, there was one he did. Holy shit, there
Uh-huh.
was one.
Yep.
It had to be in the 90s. Had to be in the 90s.
Yep. He was wasn't he a coroner or
Uh
something?
yeah. He was a coroner or he was like a detective or something. He was
I think he was a coroner and his son was the detective.
okay, yeah, it was called Diagnosis Murder.
Yep, there we go. I used to watch that one all the time too.
Yeah, 93 to 01. That's impressive. That's impressive. Oh wow. It's on Pluto TV for free. That's good.
Oh,
It's not bad. Yeah, I have to check that one out too. Yeah, that one is with the sun. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out too. The man is 98 years old. Jesus Christ.
God, I can't believe he's still alive. I mean, knock on wood, he stays,
But
with
like
us longer, but
I saw him sitting down for some I think it was like some Star Walk of Fame or something, and he was still pretty spry for being I mean obviously he was sitting down because he's 98 years
mhm,
old, but he was still coherent and answering questions and making jokes and stuff, and I'm just like, how are you this sharp at 98?
wow.
What did you do?
Well, I've never heard of a scandal that had Dick Van Dyke in it, and he lived a decent life. He wasn't out there getting drunk and getting arrested and getting caught with mistresses, so just living good, living
That
healthy.
may have actually, you know what? That's not that's probably what it is because look at Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's in his 80s.
Jesus, he does not look like it.
And I saw an interview with him recently where he was just like, I wouldn't, I was on set and I wouldn't get invited to lunch and things like that afterwards. And then one day I invited myself and everybody was pulling out drugs and this, that, and the other, and I just wasn't
Oh,
comfortable. Sorry, the man's 78 years old, but still. But I guess he's another one who's very clean. I think that's what it
yep,
is. It's very clean living.
yeah,
What it is. No hardcore drugs or alcohol or you know fucking your neighbor's wife or whatever.
yep. Yeah, just being a good fucking person. Yeah. Yeah, but I think you're right because yeah, I don't know, like you said, either one of them have any kind of scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very true. So that must be it. Just be a good person. Don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. If you see them pulling drugs out at lunch, you don't need to eat lunch with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, no, because yeah, that was some story he told me because he's like, yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends, and when I was doing when he said he was when he was doing jobs and stuff like that, so he would invite himself with these people. But that was during like the late 70s, early 80s when like that was the standard on set is
Hmm.
to like take a couple of bumps of cocaine or like roll a joint or whatever, and just like that was your lunch, just like a sandwich and a joint, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they still do it now, just a little bit more
Oh, I'm
discreetly. A
sure.
little bit more
Yeah, but
discreetly.
they probably look like fucking some of those old singers that look like they're half dead now.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Oh God.
Ozzy Osbourne, you can't understand a fucking word he says
That
anymore.
man's brain is fried. It is
Oh,
completely fried. Like his wife has to stand next to him as his translator when he talks, just so
mm-hmm.
you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but like guess once again like that was I guess it's also a product of like him being a rock star as well or whatever that is. I don't know.
Hmm.
It comes to the territory, I guess.
I guess.
No.
Mm. All right. Well, anything else exciting that's coming up? Any November plans?
No, I have a wedding I'm going to Jamaica in December.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I have both Indian outfits and suits I've gotten. I need to go get a regular suit as well for that wedding because I think my cousin's marrying a white girl.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like once again, I don't care. I don't give a shit. That's fine. He's found love, whatever. Good for him. Doesn't give a shit. But I think that's why that we have to get like regular suits as well, or for whatever the ceremony is, because we're having like this is like the third wedding I've gone to where it's like they're doing both ceremonies for people. They're doing like the Indian stuff and
Oh,
then like the regular American like or Christian ceremony as well. So
gotcha.
so
Huh.
it's interesting. It is what it is. So.
Well, speaking of weddings and stuff like that, I've been working with that one lady that I said she was uh one of the trainers that I have, and she's Indian. And I made the comment to her that one time I was on site about, hey, I got a friend that's Indian. Well, I got to talk to her. She has a 29-year-old daughter. She has two twins daughters, but they're like 20, but she has a 29-year-old daughter.
Oh my God. The tit.
Gorgeous. She
Oh
showed me a
jeez.
picture. Gorgeous. Um, um, uh, she had been at an Indian wedding, so of course she had the outfit on. And but you're 10 years older than she is. And her mom was like, well, he's a little older, too old for her, but I don't know, maybe. But she works for HBO.
Oh, that's impressive. That's impressive.
She travels all the time for work. Her mom said, I'm not quite sure what she does, but she travels all the time. She
If
loves
she's
to travel.
if she's working for HBO and she travels, she's probably in production or it's at some point like helping them with production. That's why she's traveling because it's the
Could
only thing
be.
that's the only thing I can think of. Either she's like a producer or an executive producer or whatever, just trying to like make sure things happen a certain way. So,
Yeah. Yeah, could be. I'm just not positive, but yeah, I was like, okay, I'll keep working on this.
oh God, that would be God. If okay, if the scenario does happen, it would be like my parents all over again. I swear to God, because my dad was 10 years older than my mom.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's not like she's 15 and you're 25.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. It's not something creepy. It's not something creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know much about her, but yeah, I'll keep trying.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. It's just it's I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like I'm lonely, but also then I see my friends with their girlfriends, and it's just like they get dragged everywhere, and it's like I don't have that. That's fine. But then again, once again, like I just keep teetering between both of them, and it's just very like I don't know what. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you know what? When you meet someone that makes the rest of that not matter, then you'll know that's the person.
Yeah.
It just right now it's like, and I always knew like the guys I dated that I could do without them. That's why I'm like that. No, I don't want to get married. I could do without,
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
nothing.
Oh well, I mean, like I'm self-sustaining. Like I'm fine. I got my work, got my job, got
Yeah.
my
Hmm.
stuff. I am going to start hitting that app hardcore this next week because I've been being lazy about it. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to work on that a lot more, and get that going because I think it's a good idea and I think it's going to work out. So.
Do you think dating around the holidays is harder though?
Oh God, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it has to be because imagine meeting somebody. Okay, imagine meeting somebody at a friend's holiday party.
Hmm.
What like let's say it's a friendsgiving you meet somebody at like worst case scenario you meet somebody at
Yeah.
friendsgiving and it works out and you talk then your dates are then you have a couple of dates then what fucking Christmas and then New Year's
Yeah.
and then what your
And
next
then
date is.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and then Valentine's Day. So like that is because I mean, if you're talking to somebody and you're really into them and then Christmas comes up, you're gonna go to like your opposing states or person's house. You're probably gonna keep texting or talking or whatever, that's fine,
Mhm.
but like you're in that mode of like being with family and then you get the question asked, is there anybody in your life? And you have to be like, I don't know. There's that thing. And then what? Do you make New Year's plans after Christmas? Like,
Mm.
is that the thing you do?
Yep.
Or
I
do you have existing plans with friends? Like how does that go down? Like
Yeah.
how does that happen? And then after that, do you do the shitty Valentine's Day thing and like the guy has to book the stuff 2 months in advance and get the restaurant and the flowers and the chocolates and make sure everything's cool for that weekend or whatever day it is or something? Like does that happen? And even if you survive that long, like I'm just thinking about this from like a technical point. Like what is the procedure for this?
Yep. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard because that's what I was thinking, especially around the holidays. And then it's like you're busy, they're busy with family, not just, the fact of the holidays and trying to find time together. Do you go to Christmas with them? Do you not go to Christmas with them? I don't know.
I mean, if you've met them around the Thanksgiving thing, probably not. You wouldn't go to Christmas to the opposing person's house, whatever. That's too soon, too weird. And also like the idea of bringing like your significant other that you've dated for, let's say you've dated somebody for a year and bringing them to the opposing family's like Christmas or Thanksgiving, I think is a terrible fucking idea. Like it's absolutely terrible because it's already it's a tense holiday, and you're bringing this other person there that nobody knows about or wants to know about, and then they get interrogated like they're in an FBI room or something, you know? And I think bringing somebody like that to a family a big holiday like that is a terrible idea.
Mm.
You know, because there's pressures of all kinds. I wouldn't mind like it's one of those things where like if it were serious, yeah, bring them to meet your family, but during like a regular ass weekend or day or whatever. Don't make it like a major holiday. I feel like that's the wrong thing to do because there's so much going on already, you know. So I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I agree. There's so much going on. Once it comes to the holidays, I'd rather not, you
Yeah.
know, wait until after Valentine's Day. But then, spring is right around the corner and I have other things I want to do.
Just a never-ending amount of stuff.
Yep. Yep. Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, I got the wedding to go to, so I mean, I'll see. I'm not I'm looking to have a good time. That's about it. That's about it. You know, I don't expect anybody to even talk to me. At all. I'll probably be drinking and eating until I crap myself. So,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
that'll be about it. But yeah, I just need to get one more actual suit to wear. Um, God, I gotta get all these nice clothes. It's terrible.
you'll love it. You'll have fun. Then you'll have to tell us all about it.
I mean, I'll probably send you and Kathy pictures in all honesty. I'll probably send you guys pictures of what's
You'll
going
have
down.
to. I love Indian weddings. They're so beautiful. I mean,
They
they
are.
are just the most beautiful weddings.
They are, but God damn are they long for just no reason at all. Like yeah, they're just long for no reason. I mean, and it's funny because even when my grandmother was around and my cousin was getting married, I would ask her what these even when we would go to weddings with her, beforehand, I'd ask her what these ceremonies are. Even she wouldn't know what they were and what they meant and where we got them from. And it's just like, why do we do them? Like, is it just tradition that we've just all fallen into now? Like, it's wild. It's crazy. But yeah. Oh well. I'll see how this goes. I'm probably gonna sweat my ass off being down there in all these clothes.
Yeah.
I'm take 2 showers a day or whatever. Jeez.
All right. Well, you'll have to tell us. Hopefully, your skin doesn't get dry from taking so many showers. Yeah.
God, I'll probably be like
Oh,
four. I'll probably
God.
be like 4 shades darker.
All right. Let's do some affirmations. First, we'll do a nice one. There is a shit ton of happiness ahead of me. Okay, that sounds good.
I hope so.
All right. Put on your positive panties. That's what I want you to do.
I want to get that tattooed somewhere. Make it a really awkward tattoo.
I'm just thinking of, because these were made before we have all this chat GTP or whatever. So somebody had to sit there and think of this shit.
Yeah. Oh my God. Actually, okay, oh well. Here, I'll say this to end it out. I have been on the apps a little bit since I've been back and been feeling better, and so I will literally send ChatGPT these dating things like these girls will do these prompts on like Bumble or whatever, and I'll send to the ChatGPT and like, hey, give me like 6 funny responses to respond with. And so I'll read them because sometimes ChatGPT is a little wonky, and I'll make sure like,
Uh-huh.
I'll make and if they're not gonna be like, hey, give me like 5 more. And it will, and it's just like then I'll take one and like copy and paste it into like, a message I send the girl to see if it works. Because yeah, I'm terrible at sending messages to them. Like I just need that initial message and I'm fine from there. But yeah, I'm terrible at trying to be witty or funny or whatever. So, oh well.
Oh God. Come on, come up with something original. That's what you should do.
I've I've tried, but
I know.
it's always like the humor's too dark and it just doesn't it's I'll get kicked off the app immediately and it's just like I can't do that. So
Oh
I have
shit.
ChatGPT like try to like help me at least come with something little witty so I can, at least get my foot in the door.
Oh God.
Yeah. That's
All right. Well, let us know how your dating efforts go.
I will. I might have to start I just start trying some other things and see if I can get some dates or whatever. I'll figure it out. I don't know.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Have faith. Both my boys moved out. There's always a chance. Have faith. I
Uh,
did.
I mean, how can you yeah, how can I go against that? I mean that right there.
Never thought it would happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it finally did. You have the house
I
to yourself.
know. I know. But then I had to make the one come back last week because I need somebody to watch the cats when I was in New York
That's fine. I mean, they can they can do that they can do that every once in a while. It's okay.
once in a while.
Yeah.
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 Like I told the youngest, because he's like, no, I'm out now. I said, look, I'm still your mother. You're still going to do shit for me, whether you want to or not.
Exactly. Exactly.
I said, you're the one that didn't move an hour away. It's your fault. Because see, Zachary's an hour away from me. So I can't make him run over,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
anything.
Mm. That's how that works. You
Oh,
chose
God.
you chose poorly.
All right. Well, have a good night and until next time.